Hey, this is Patrick Ralston. I'm the director of the Arkansas Arts Council, and I am sitting here at my home studio, as I often am when I broadcast. And this is Art Talks, where we talk about art and we talk about how you're doing, how you're creating during this pandemic. But occasionally we have somebody drop in and visit with us. And today I'm hoping that Hannah May from the Arkansas Regional Innovation Hub will be dropping in. And whoops, let's see. And of course, as you know, I'm my own engineer, as well as the what passes for the talent. So, uh, if I stop and things jiggle because I'm poking around at my phone, you'll forgive me, please. Okay, and it looks like Hannah's here, so let's go ahead and see if we. And here we go. So anyway, it's a beautiful day out there. As we're adding Hannah, Trav is here as always. You know her. Hey, there she is. Hey, Hannah, can you hear
Hey,
me? Okay.
I can, but it's coming through my phone still. Can you hear
Okay.
me?
I can hear you fine, actually.
Okay. Okay.
Uh, so if you want to just kind of try that. Let's see. Let's see if we can do it without. Uh, but anyway, uh, it's good to see you. I haven't seen you. It's been a while, and I know that we've all been kind of going our own different ways during the pandemic. But we're Hannah, I think we're getting getting a lot of echo. So if you want to try and put on your headphones, might help.
Yeah, just a second.
Let's try that out. And it looks like Hannah is frozen. So we're gonna let's see. We'll continue without a guest. See if she'll dial back in. Anyway, yeah. So once again, as we get ready for the holidays, I know that we're winding down, which what has probably not been a great year for everybody. It's been a little bit of a dumpster fire, actually, but we have some hope on the horizon with vaccines and perhaps uh, improvement in public health and other measures in the coming year. And so, hopefully coming up we'll be in a better place, perhaps when the weather warms up. At least we will be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel, as long as it's not a train. And so, here's Hannah. Let's try to bring her on again. Okay. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can, and I don't hear myself echoing. That begins to throw me off. But
Understand.
so, Hannah, I'm trying to remember your title. Are you the lead educator? Is that right? With the
Yeah, I'm
Innovation
leading
Hub?
education right now.
Okay, great. And so, of course, just for a lot of people that don't know, I'm very familiar with the Innovation Hub, but if you would go ahead and kind of explain for folks who aren't familiar, just what goes on over there.
So the Innovation Hub is a maker space, which for those of you who don't know what that is, it's just a place and a community for makers. We are unique in that we have art, craft, technology, and entrepreneurship. We kind of try to blur the lines between those.
Mhm.
So we have a facility for that, and then we also just have a community of expertise and people who are excited to help each other and learn from each other in those different area.
Great. And where you were located, give me, I know where it is, but give me the address, the
Yeah.
exact address.
Um, the address is 204 East 4th Street. Maybe it's off Broadway. We have kind of two addresses, but I think it's
Hmm.
204 East 4th Street, maybe 201. But
Okay.
it's at the corner of Poplar and 4th Street. It's also
Right.
directly across from Simmons Arena.
Right, in North Little Rock,
Hmm.
you know, I could say that it's an amazing space. It's an amazing place to create. So I'm excited to have you here. Uh, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what programs you all have got going right now, and you know what's going on over there in this. Obviously, uh, I don't know. You know, we're still, I don't, I'm not going to call the situation we're in normal right now, but how are you all dealing with pandemic conditions?
So during COVID, we've done a lot of different things, just trying to find the best ways to meet people's needs and meet them where they are. That's a really important thing for the hub all around is we want to be accessible and we want to meet people at the level and at the place that they're at. So some
Right,
of that happens in our facility. We have reservations for our members, and we also still do our production for the community, people who have ideas or have something they need created. We've been doing a lot of production. And then we've been doing virtual education and support for the school district. So
great.
we've been doing a lot of different things. We still have some programming for adults, for programming for families. Right now we have some of our usual Christmas crafts and activities and things. We've made those into kits that people can take home and do with their families or do virtually with their friends, things like
Right.
that.
That's terrific. You know, it's such a welcoming, it's a welcoming space, but it's also, you know, it's the fantastic thing for me that I've observed there is the knowledge of the instructors, and also the other students. You know, you have a lot of regulars there that it's a great place if you're a creator or an artist to come. Certainly more so under normal conditions, but where there's a community and a community of makers, a community of creators, and I think I think that is the thing that I've always seen that the regional innovation hub has really fostered. Both whether you're building a table, whether you are fabricating, doing 3D printing, it's an amazing space for creating, for making your ideas come alive. So, how long have you been at the Innovation Hub?
I've been with the Innovation Hub for 5 years. I started as the
Mhm.
art educator, the lead art educator,
Right,
and started some of the ceramics and screen printing and printmaking programs that we have. But of course, we have things that fall into the arts. Everything that we do falls into the arts. We have woodworking and welding and
sure.
entrepreneurship for makers, technology like laser cutters and 3D printing. We have a lot that I'm not really skilled at using, but that definitely other artists come in and use all the time.
Yeah. And still do, are you doing all your after school programs virtually now, or are there actual uh, real life or whatever in person, anything in person going on?
Right now, our after school, all of our youth education is happening virtually. So we
Right,
have some pretty robust like kits that we'll send with the students so that they can log in at a certain time and interact with the teacher, or some of those classes are recorded and students can do them on their own time.
right.
But we do think that the interactive component is kind of important just because people are pretty isolated right now.
Yeah, I can tell you. Yeah, and as far as the adult programs, those continue. I guess people who are working on like members who are, or teams that are working there they kind of come at their own. Do they still have to make reservations? You mentioned reservations. They have to make reservation in advance before they come to use facilities.
Yeah, in advance or on the spot, they have a
Mhm.
login. If they're a member, they have a login, so they
Right,
have their own account they can reserve through. And we have specific
right.
reservation times for different equipment.
Okay, so that keeps you from having people kind of pile up and crowd the facility.
Yeah, yeah, and it also just lets us know that they're coming so we can make sure there's staffing. With
Yeah,
we wanted to be prepared in case we had to have any staff staying home or anything like that, that we know which
right,
areas definitely need staff members at certain times, and
right.
also helps us track who's in the building so that we have a really clean record,
Sure,
just keeping
sure.
everybody as safe as possible.
Great. That's great. Well, what's going on for, do you all have anything big planned coming up as far as the new year? I mean, certainly we don't know what the next 6 months are going to bring. There's a lot going on in terms of the pandemic, but I figure it's gonna stay kind of status quo for a while. So, what do you all got cooked up for 2021?
We have a lot of fun stuff going on. We are working on putting together a different education model that will help people access our classes whenever they want to.
Mm-hmm.
So we are really pushing to get living like classes on a website for people. We're calling it our virtual library, so you can look for that early 2021.
Okay.
We're also working with school districts, so we're doing some fun, innovative challenges with school districts, and we are in kind of pilot phases of that, but we're hoping to roll it out to more school districts. And we also have a lot of field trip opportunities for classes and teachers and homeschoolers, people who maybe want something exciting to do with their students.
Mhm.
We have a whole list of classes on our website, and we're looking to do a lot of that in 2021.
Great. That's great. Um, yeah, I know that we're going to be in flux for a while, but I think that I excuse me. But it's exciting that that you all are still open and still providing a full range of programs. I know that certainly uh, for artists out there, that we deal with, I know you're still doing your print facility. You still have print facilities for printing, screen printing, that sort of thing, correct?
Yeah, we have screen printing and printmaking. So we actually have a linoleum printing press, so you can do relief printing. We have
Right.
that available for printmakers.
Okay. Okay. Cool. What as far as the what we would whatever we consider the fine art end of things, tell me what aside from printing, what other programs do you all have for I guess what I would call traditional
Yeah.
visual arts?
hmm we have ceramics. We have a ceramic studio that people can
Hmm.
access. We have woodworking. We have metals space. Um,
Right.
we have some fiber arts areas and things like that. We also have space, so people who do fine art that kind of need some space, um,
Right.
that's that's open for people. Sometimes people come in just to lay out like a really big project and work on for a day
Right.
because they don't have the space at home. But we do have, we have the 3D printers and laser cutters, which maybe not be associated with old school fine art because they're relatively new, but
Right.
lots of artists come in to use that equipment or learn how to do it, or even hire our team to do a certain aspect of their project. We have sculptors come in that hire us to help them with a component of their sculpture and CNC route something for them. So
Right.
frame making, Adam in our wood shop, he has taught artists
Hmm.
how to make their own frames.
That's great. That's a that that's something that I might be interested in right there because I find framing and matting to be the biggest hassle. But
Yeah.
yeah,
And
it's
I forgot to mention something earlier that we have coming in 2021, which is a pretty big, exciting announcement. But we do have, Aaron put it in the chat, we do have a Best Buy Teen Tech Center coming,
mhm,
and that is um, that is going to incorporate a lot of cool new stuff for teens. So
cool. Well,
look for that.
that's great. I've got a team that might be interested in that. So give us your website, your web address, so people can. I know that we're probably dropping it in here in the comments, but just what is your website?
It is AR as in Arkansas, um,
Mhm.
arhub.org. Hub,
Okay.
H-U-B,
Okay. That's easy
arhub.org.
enough. All right.
Mhm.
Great. Anything else going on that that you think we ought to know?
Um, Well, we of course have private lessons, and as
Hmm.
I mentioned before, the hub is all about accessibility and meeting people where they are. So whether somebody knows how to use equipment and just needs to be like approved on any of the equipment that we offer,
Right.
or they want to learn from scratch, we have private lessons with our staff, or we have private lessons virtually. So we can really help out people getting started, even if there's not a class available for something. And our private
Fantastic.
lesson info, all of that is on our website.
Great. Great. All right. Well, then definitely everybody, if you want to check out the Innovation Hub, it's arhub.org, correct? And
Mhm.
that all of this information is in our comments here. And speaking from experience, it's a great place to learn and create. It's been to a lot of meetings, a lot of tours over there, and anyway, I can say that it's definitely a treasure for us here in Arkansas. So, Hannah, I appreciate you spending some time with us this morning or this
Yeah, thanks
afternoon.
for having me.
All right. Well, have a happy holiday. We'll see you soon.
You too.
Okay, so anyway, we are, and yeah, I see that Aaron has dropped in some more information down there, the help out on everybody, you got to check out the Arkansas Innovation Hub. It is or the Regional Innovation Hub. It is truly an amazing place. It's an amazing place to create. There's a lot of knowledge that is pooled over there. I know that Chris Jones, the director, has really taken that program to new heights, and I'm very excited about what they're doing, and I'm very excited that there's a thriving, aside from I guess I don't want to get into uh, I don't want to get into the issue of defining exactly what fine arts are, but certainly beyond entrepreneurship and traditional fabrication, it is really there is really a fine art vibe over there among a lot of the education, and it's exciting to see printmaking, screen printing. It's as kind of a nascent printmaker myself, it's exciting to see that growing so quickly over there in the last 5 years. So it's exciting times, even during this strange pandemic. But anyway, other than that, we have a lot of other things going on. Well, we are obviously kind of passing through the holidays here, and so things are a little quiet for the staff right now. We continue, as I've told you, that we are on a pandemic schedule, which means that all our staff, the Arts Council, and we put in about a third of our time during the week is spent actually in the office. Um, the rest of our time is spent working remotely. But we continue to run our programs at full pace, and we're currently still taking applications for our grants, our general operating support grants for arts organizations, our collaborative project support grants. Our arts and education grants are currently open, and those of you with a school or with an arts organization that are interested in artist residencies to conduct programs, then definitely you need to check out the arts and education offerings, and as well as our arts and education mini grants. Now those are open right now, and we fund them on a rolling basis. So they are they allow for an artist residency up to 10 days. The grants are for up to $1,000, and you can again check all of that. All of our grants are available check them out on our website, arkansasarts.org, and just click on the, excuse me, click on the uh, uh, grant page, and there's a lot of information on there. Also, information on our Sally Williams grants. Those are our grants to individual artists to further their work and expertise in their discipline. We also, in those grants, we also sometimes fund projects or training, whether it's online or in person, that helps artists to further their understanding and expertise in the conducting a small business, which most artists, in some ways, if they are at all selling their works or profiting by their work, their creativity, are indeed a small business. And we certainly want to inculcate some of that knowledge with you. And I think that's very important for what we do here at the Arts Council. So we are currently, we've got Small Works on Paper that is opening on January 15th at the East Arkansas Community College in Forest City. I think I got all that information right. If not, then Sherry will probably drop in and say something in the comments here. But yeah, Small Works on Paper again is, as you know, as you've probably heard me say many times, is our annual juried traveling exhibition of small works on paper. And just what I said, whether it's collage, whether it is watercolor or paper construction. But this year we have an amazing collection of about 40 works, and it is just it's ready to go on the road again. And I think Small Works on Paper every year in 2021 is a perfect example. It's just a really nice cross section of the portfolio of Arkansas visual artists. It's kind of just kind of a state of the arts. And so I always love when it opens every year. Usually in better times we try to get together, have a big opening reception, and we'll do that in the future sometime. But this one will be virtual on the 15th. So definitely check that out. And we will also have it virtually on our website at arkansasarts.org. So you can, if you want to just tour the 2021 Small Works on Paper, just see the works online, you'll be able to see them there too. But other than that, we are getting ready to open our fellowships, artist fellowships, and I encourage you to check our website again. I think, I'm not sure if they're turned on yet, but within the next week we will be turning on. We're doing kind of a soft opening for artist fellowships this year. And those are, of course, our fellowships are $4,000 grants, and they are we have them in three categories. They go to three artists and three in each of the three categories, so 9 total. But so if you're interested in checking out what categories we're accepting this year. I know that Scarlett, I'm drawing a blank, so Scarlett will drop in that information probably here in the comments. But anyway, we've got a we're continuing to keep everything. All our programs continue to run as usual, even if we have to go to even if we just have to go to do it virtually. But we continue to sustain our programs in support of the arts, in support of artists. And I think right now, I have. When this started 9 months ago, we certainly was concerned about the effect not only on arts organizations, which many of which, especially if you were performance-based, if you had a small theater, for those who are built around musical performance, you were going to have real challenges. But this has been a tremendous challenge. This pandemic and the recession that's gone with it has been a tremendous challenge, I know, for our individual artists. And I continue to want to provide programs that will support our individual artists, because that's a real emphasis for me. And so part of what we do is I just want to stay in touch with you all and make sure, tell us what we can do, what we can provide, what kind of information we can provide to resources to support you as an individual artist, as a small arts organization. We are very interested in knowing and adapting our programs so that we can provide whatever support we can, whatever kind of education we can. Certainly, we continue to have our Get Smart programs that are Janet Perkins on our staff, our community development program manager, continues to run a very strong series of workshops. Looks like January, so far, it looks like January is going to have a lot, big focus on grant writing and grant project development. And I think that, I'm reading the comments down here that Scarlett and the staff are dropping in, and yeah, we've got Get Smart programs coming very soon. And so keep an eye on our Facebook page, keep an eye on our website. We're going to have, I think, very robust offerings in that area as we try to take the focus for a lot of our programs online, go virtual, and so that's really the way we're doing all our business these days. But anyway, we've got Poetry Out Loud. We are currently, I think, help me out, Scarlett. I think we are approaching the deadline for high school students to sign up for Poetry Out Loud to compete. And I think so. If you're interested, if you have a student that is interested, or if you are a school that is interested in participating in the Poetry Out Loud program, please go to our website, arkansasarts.org. And look at it under our programs tab, and it is a great program. It's funded by the National Endowment for the Arts, and it's also funded by the Poetry Foundation. And we have the finals in Little Rock. Well, actually, this year it'll be virtual. Pardon me. Still can't, still trying to adjust to the new normal. And we will do a virtual competition, and then there will be a virtual national competition. But there's a $20,000 prize for the national competition. So, I don't want to, dangle that out there, but it's a national poetry recitation competition. It's always beautiful. It's always amazing to hear students and their performance and their interpretation of poems from the anthology that is provided. And so I encourage you, if you are a student, if you are a teacher, to take a look at that and get involved. But we are continuing to do everything we can to hear the needs of our community, and we are certainly offering, we continue to provide links to resources on our website, on our COVID resource page. If there's something that you think that we need to share, or if there's just something we need to know, please get in touch with us. You can get in touch with us through our Facebook page, the Arkansas Arts Council Facebook page. You can, of course, Scarlett and I are both on Facebook. We also have Opportunities, which is our Facebook group where we share calls for artists, calls for submission. So any information that we feel would benefit the artist community there, we post it there. And so we have many ways of getting in touch with us. Also at arkansasarts.org, we have the staff directory, and you can email us directly. So or call us. We do check our voicemail. So. Other than that, I think I've covered a lot here. I think I'm going to take next week off, getting ready for the holidays, because I think, because come to think of it, next Thursday is Christmas Eve, so we'll be closed anyway. So keep in touch throughout the holidays, and if there's something something we need to know, let us know. But share your work with us, send us videos, send us notes about how you're doing. It's just we're just trying to kind of keep the family together here. And so anything you're doing, anything you're creating that you think that we might be interested in, send it to us, and we'd be glad to share it on Facebook. It's we are very interested in how people are creating in these uncertain times, and so it's just keep sharing, keep in touch. So probably see you in the new year. So until then, keep creating. Have a happy holiday, and we'll see you in 2021. It's going to be better. I'm pretty darn sure. Bye-bye.